There he is.
What up, Dan?
Yeah, it's going.
Good. Every time I watch that beginning, I just get jealous all the time, man. It's so good. It's just really, really good.
Yeah, Dominic did a wonderful job on that intro.
Yeah, yeah. Not too bad. Not too
And
bad.
it's funny because it was longer. It used to be longer.
Okay.
And then I was uh I was trying to put it into Melon here and it wouldn't allow me. And then I
Hmm.
found out I could put it in as if it was in a zip folder, which shrinks it down a little bit.
Sure.
So let me just turn on,
Nice.
I should get a little more lighting here. And there you go. Now you can see me.
There you are, buddy. There you go.
There you go. So, how obviously for people that are in the room today, this is definitely not Mike.
No.
And as I said last week, Mike was not going to be on the show today because he is getting ready for his trip, and um, he
He's
had an
going
appointment.
to Iowa, right?
Yes, he's going to Iowa, and he's
Nice.
doing two locations. He's looking very forward to it. They're both great locations.
Hmm.
He's going to have a wonderful time, and I'm really really jealous, to be honest. So hey, because out here in Canada, uh,
You
we
can't do
just don't have
nothing.
spots like that. And I wish we did. I really, really wish we did. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure there are. There's asylums, and there. I go to the abandoned church, and there's
Sure.
bridges and all those things. But honestly, it's just states are,
I
and
know.
even the UK.
Yeah.
Even the UK is
Yeah,
the
they've got
locations.
some cool stuff over there, dude. That's been
Yeah,
around
yeah.
forever.
Yes, and which is great that we're going to be talking about it today because
Sure.
we have GSI,
I'm so
ghost
excited to talk to these
sighting
guys.
investigators.
Yeah.
And if you, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about them. They do have a
Hmm.
YouTube channel.
Hmm.
They are also on Parapost,
Hmm.
and they are on Paraflixx. So
They
if
are
you're,
they're
yeah,
fellow family members.
yeah. So if you are a subscriber to Paraflixx, just go over and watch their videos. I love watching their videos,
Yeah.
and I love John and I love Ralph, and they're
Yeah.
both great guys. And we get to chat with them today.
They work off each other really well. It's a really good duo. Their investigations are really great, and I enjoy the videos also. So make sure to check them out either on YouTube or Paraflixx or whichever one you like. But yeah, they're a
Yeah,
couple of cool cats.
they're a fairly big team,
Yeah,
and they got quite a few people on their team,
yeah.
which really they all work together really really
Hmm.
nicely, and that's what makes it such a great video. And it's funny because their videos can be they're usually about 40 to 50 minutes, but you know
Hmm.
what, like honestly it doesn't feel like it when you're watching them.
Yeah, yeah. It goes by fast and just very, very interesting of what they
Yeah,
catch. So please check them out.
I'm always a big fan of they did one, and there's one on YouTube that I really really like, and they were in the
Hmm.
forest, and I've spoken to them about this on Through the Lens because we've
Hmm.
had them on Through the Lens. So if you want to go check out that video, you can. It's on Through the Lens. It's very easy to find, Through the Lens with Brian and Lex, and you can go check them out on that interview. And that was a great interview.
Hmm.
But before we get to them,
Yes,
we are going to be talking a little bit Parapost.
sure.
So, what I want to show people today, if you've been going into your profile or if
Hmm.
you go into the member section, you will notice that there's something under your name. Now, it's not for now. I'm going to make this clear. Not everybody has it yet.
Okay.
We're still working on for everybody to have it, but I want people to know what it means.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just pop it up on the screen.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this.
Okay. So these are what we call badges. Okay. So basically, what these badges are going to do,
Hmm.
they're going to be underneath your name. And I'm going to go through them a little bit and give you an idea what these badges will do for you. And me and Mike are still on the fence once you get to a certain point. what we are going to do for you when you get to a certain point of these badges. And
Okay.
obviously, there are going to be a lot more. As you can
Okay.
see at the bottom, Mike has put more on the way.
Okay.
So most people are probably seeing this and this right now,
Okay.
these two. And these are basically earned for visiting the site once a day, at least once a day.
Okay.
So once you visit it once a day, you are going to get these badges.
Oh, okay.
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 So, and then obviously, as it goes on, they will step up like a level,
Okay.
if I can say that. So that's what those are right now. So a lot of people are they have this right now. These two. Okay.
Okay.
So I think in some way it's going to coincide with the points, because right now, if you've noticed on the site, we have points.
Hmm.
And I'm going to get into, I'm not going to get into really the points we did last week, but that's going to come further down the road. And because what we want to provide to people is, when you have so many points by doing so many things on the site, like per
Hmm.
day or throughout the month, you will receive something at the end of the month, or once your points get to a certain number, you will
Nice.
receive something, whether it's advertising, whether it's merchandise, and all those kind of things.
Nice.
So another one I want to talk about
Hmm.
is these ones. So you will get these badges. It's a supporter badge
Okay.
you earn for clicking links in the feature or sponsored tabs.
Okay.
Okay, so you will get those badges as well. Then the veteran badges are obviously after your first year of being on the site,
Gotcha.
and you got
Gotcha.
your first, second, third, fourth, and that will continue. Okay,
Nice.
so obviously there's a lot more. You will receive these badges as well. Is if you, I'm not sure at this point how many you have to watch in order to get this badge,
Okay.
but you will eventually get this badge after watching so many videos or clicking on
Okay.
a link in the site to watch a video.
Okay.
Okay, so again, these badges are basically are telling you what you've done
Hmm.
and what you continue doing, what
Hmm.
we know what you've done, and something will happen at the end of all that. But obviously not with the anniversary one. But
Gotcha.
we'll see
Gotcha.
with the anniversary one. If you've been on the site for 1 year, then me and Mike will decide what we are going to give people and what they can do,
Can
especially
it
at the
be
end of
a
the week.
can it be a party at Chuck E. Cheese's?
Well, you know what? We don't have any. Do we have any Chuck E. Cheese's left here? I don't know if we do. Actually, I think we have one. Actually, and I think it's about 30 minutes from here.
Okay.
And um, every time I go by it, I don't see anybody in it. So yeah, so maybe it's actually not open. It's just sitting there,
Yeah,
and
it's just still
it's
there.
funny. So um, yeah, so that's kind of what's going on
Okay.
with this week. So once you start seeing these badges up here, once you get to a certain point, me and Mike have still have to talk about what we are going to be doing if you get to like this level, this level, this
Hmm.
level, this level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we're definitely going to do stuff for people, and I will let people know that in the next little while there is going to be a merchandise store for Parapost,
Nice.
and that will be in the shop section. So you'll click on that, and
Nice.
we are open. And me and Mike have spoken about this. We
Hmm.
are open for people if they want to post their merchandise on our site.
That's really cool, Brian. That's awesome for you to do that.
Yeah. So we're still in the talking stage about that. But if you have a shop, if you have merchandise that you want to sell,
Hmm.
that will go into the shop
Sure.
section.
Nice.
So what will happen is, I don't know how Mike's going to really set it up, but
Hmm.
once you hit shop, then you will have the options to click on, if you have a favorite group, if you have
Yeah.
a favorite investigator, you click on there and you want to buy a shirt, hat, whatever it is, then you can do that through our site. And that's
Nice.
what we're going to be doing. See, at the end of the day, this is how we look at it. We're a paranormal community, and we understand that people sell a lot of merchandise,
Yeah.
and we want them to have another opportunity to put their merchandise on another site that people can go to, and if they want to buy their stuff. And I think it's happening a lot more now.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But it's just a really good it's a really good place. Just like Parapost is a great place for people to interact with each other. It's just really kind of cool for you to do that, to give an opportunity for people to to be gathered at Parapost, and just an easy kind of like one stop shop to find other people's merchandise.
So let me just bring this down. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get rid of this,
Okay.
okay, and
Ah,
then I'm going to put up another one
okay.
because I want people to understand where you're going to see it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just do this. Sorry, guys. I could only put up one at a time. It was weird. I couldn't put
Hmm.
up a couple. So let's do this,
Okay.
and we're looking at it right now. Let me just enlarge. Oh no, can't do that. So let me go to Parapost. So right
Gotcha.
now I'm in the member section.
Hmm.
So I know Rootless Destinations, who we've
Hmm.
had on through the lens, and hopefully they'll be on Parapost soon.
Sure.
Parapost Live. They don't have one right now, and that's what we mean.
Hmm.
Not everyone has one right now, but everybody will over the next week. Or
Gotcha.
so. Okay.
Hmm.
So as John has one, who's
Gotcha.
part of GSI.
Sure.
So yeah, so those badges will change over the time, and how active you are on the site.
Okay.
So it's just another thing that people can experience, have a little bit of fun, and it's just not going
Hmm.
to the site. We understand people are going to go to the site and watch other people's videos and
Hmm.
talk to other people and stuff like that, but we want to make it a little bit fun too, right? So
Yeah.
there are a couple of more things coming up down the road that I think people are going to be very excited about. I've been emailed a few times about this,
Okay.
and it was already in the works. So yeah, the 1 year badge does look nice.
Yeah.
So Mike has done a wonderful job on the badges.
Yeah.
So let me
Yeah.
just close this out. Bring us
Hey,
back up. Bring us beautiful faces back up
there
here.
you
And
go.
yeah, so um, I did want to mention something that I saw on Parapost this morning.
Okay.
There's a comment,
Okay.
and there was a new person that joined the site,
Mhm.
and they were really excited about joining the site, and a person responded by saying, I can't recall the name, I should have actually gone to the post,
Sure.
but he said, the great thing about this site,
Hmm.
there's no drama,
Yeah.
there's no bots,
Yeah.
and there's no just stupid crap going on. And you know what? I have to be honest. When I saw that comment, I loved it.
Well, I mean, you can't hide the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just you go on Parapost, you see what people post there, and it's exactly what he said. There's no drama. There's no this. There's no that. It's just like, okay, this is really cool. I'm going to check this out instead of like having to wade through, this massive field of BS. And we know what we're talking about to
Yeah,
get to things like that. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a cool comment, man. That's really
Yeah,
that's really awesome.
that was really good. And then I went over to Twitter and I saw a bunch of drama going on, and I was going, really, like, seriously? It's like, come on, people, like, just get along, and it's just like, and
Oh.
I don't know if Mike saw it. If he saw that comment, I hope he did,
Uh-huh.
and I hope everybody else sees that comment.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Because
Like it,
yeah,
retweet it, or not
yeah,
retweet it, repost it,
yeah,
comment on it, and just say thank you very much for saying what a lot of people don't say,
yeah.
because,
We have to come up. You know what? Now that you said that,
yeah,
for Twitter
yeah,
retweet, we have
yeah,
to come up with something
yeah, to
that's
to yeah, to
for
repost.
Parapost,
Yeah.
repost or
Or,
repara. We
mm,
have to come up with a
yeah,
word. I never even thought about that.
you guys will work on it, but it's got to be something catchy, something
Yeah,
something groovy, something I can dance to. So,
yeah. And I will also let people know that when it comes to Parapost, right now we have the little icons on there when you like a post.
mhm,
That is obviously a default
mhm.
on all those. Those are all going to change.
Oh, awesome.
So those are actually going. It's going to those are going to change into what the site is about.
Okay. Nice.
So I know Mike's working on that. Mike is working. You know what? Mike's working extremely hard. I really hope he has a good time on his investigation.
I'm not doing anything for Parapost for 5 days.
And he's fucking away from Parapost.
Yeah.
But you know what? I know Mike. He's going to go on the site, and he's going to the back of the site, and he's going to find out what's going on. So, but
That's funny.
yeah, it is. And Mike is working extremely hard, and the site is doing extremely well.
Nice.
I did make a post the other day that the site is doing extremely well when it comes to views. We're looking at about close to 12,000 views for this month.
Nice.
We're on pace, and that's 2,000 more than the previous month. So
growing.
we're growing, and we want people to understand that, yes, we're telling you these numbers because if you post on Parapost, you're more than likely people are going to see it.
Yeah. Yeah,
then
absolutely.
Instead of on Twitter where they have to scroll through thousands and depending on how many people. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with Facebook.
Yeah,
people are going to see it because we're a community, and you're going to be able to see everybody's post, and that's what we love. You don't have to be friends with them in order to see their post. So, but what do you think, John and Ralph, or what?
Yeah,
should we make them wait a little bit longer, maybe 5 minutes longer? No, we won't do that to them. It's late.
Let's get them up here.
Is it late?
I think it's what. So what about what's it?
8:15 there.
Yeah, 8:15. So 5-hour difference.
Yeah. So obviously, I know John and Ralph extremely well before they went to Paraflixx. And I would like to take a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of credit on why they're on Paraflixx because I suggested them go over to Paraflixx. So I'm going to take a little bit of that credit. So, and maybe John and Ralph might tell me something different.
Yeah.
So, but
they have to now.
So me and Lex had them on Through the Lens.
Okay.
And they were great guys. And obviously I met them through YouTube and Instagram. And that's how we became to know each other. And I was watching their videos on YouTube. And then they came on to Through the Lens and they went to Paraflixx. And I am so happy that they're on Paraflixx because they deserve to be there.
Yeah,
they really
for sure.
do. They have great investigations. They got a great team. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up John first.
Okay.
Because I really think he's the better looking of the group between him and Ralph. I'm just kidding, Ralph. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to bring up John. He's part of G.S.I.
John, what's going on?
Good evening, guys. How are we? And you are absolutely right, Brian. Thank you very much.
Now I'm going to bring up Ralph. He might have something different to say, so we'll let him say it.
How's it going then?
What's up, Ralph? How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, Ralph,
as you can see.
Do you have a rebuttal on that?
Some glasses on, we'll look like twins.
Well, I thought I'd try and go for the more intelligent look,
So I see how it's going. You're the brains and John's the looks.
I won't quite go that far, actually.
Well, I really appreciate you guys being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
I was more than happy to make this an early show because I really wanted to have you guys on. I absolutely loved your first season on Paraflixx. You guys, I knew you guys deserved to be up there, and I hope you guys are doing really well. And I'm looking forward to your second season, that's for sure. And I know there will be a guest in your second season that I'm very familiar with.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with this, guys? Why don't you, each of you can, tell us, how did you guys get into the paranormal world, so to speak?
Do you want to go first, Ralph?
Yeah, if you want to, I don't mind. Yeah. So, for me, it started at a really early age. I was actually in primary school, so I was around 6 or 7. And I used to pick up the car books and the books on animals and that. And there used to be this terrible book on ghosts where the pictures must have been drawn by someone that was on hallucination drugs or something. But It just fascinates you. You know, you got the things in there with like arms coming out of waterfalls, you know, from somewhere in Australia, but it just fascinated me then, you know, and it just grew from that really. And I think it's because whereas anything else, when you look at the other stuff, like when you look at maths and English, there's an actual answer. Whereas this, there isn't. You've got to search for it, you know. And I think that's what I like that, you know, because you could interpret the stuff to it. So yeah, it went from there really and just progressed.
Yeah, that's yeah, I put that comment up there because of the fact that okay, let's settle down here. You know, let's settle down here. Amora, okay, you guys take it to a hotel. That's awesome. That's funny. So John?
It was quite similar to what Ralph said. For me, it was a lot of incidents as a young kid that I couldn't explain, which I was petrified of. But then over the years, sort of like being scared turned into being quizzical. And then, you know, like Ralph says, it seemed whatever seemed to happen always seemed to open up more questions than answers. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I was never really brilliant at school, but when I left school, I seemed to get this thirst to want to know everything. And the paranormal field seemed to drag me in. And like I say, because there's more questions than answers, it was just like a sponge trying to absorb everything, you know. And then the more you don't understand, the more you want to try and understand and push the things that you do.
Yeah. Great answer.
Well, we all know that. I think we always push the limit, I think, a little bit, don't we, when we're out on investigations? I know John does.
I know
John
I do, yeah, 100%.
John is the guinea pig for the spirits to attack. So,
although what I will say on that, Brian, you're absolutely right. I'm the one that's always open to everything, and I do push myself. On Saturday, where we filmed the first episode of Series 2, mm-hmm. I actually said no for the first time ever to doing a Ouija board.
Wow.
And Ralph would attest to that.
Wow. So did you guys write that date down? Ralph, did you write that date down to make sure that, you know, if you have to go back a few years and say, oh, yes, you did.
It's logged.
It's logged. It's in there.
It's like a special occasion, isn't it? You know.
Oh, yes.
They chiseled it. They chiseled it in stone and put it right in the middle of the place right there. Yeah.
I can imagine John in about 3 years goes, "No, I didn't." Oh, really?
Yeah, it's right here.
Well,
click.
Unfortunately, it's on camera, so yeah, I'm screwed. Really.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny. That's great. So, yeah.
That's you know, it's really interesting that both of you say that you know, you really got into it when you're younger. I had this little kind of board over to my left, and when I talk to people, I ask them kind of a similar question, and 9 out of 10 times it's, you know, it started when you were a kid, you know, and it's just really weird how we always go towards that of when we're a child, then we kind of get away from it a little bit, and then we kind of come back to it when we're a bit older. So it's really kind of interesting of how when you're open as a child and innocent as a child is when you're really receptive to learn about the paranormal and you know, accept the experiences for what they are, and then, you know, full circle come back to it. So very, very interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's kind of get into this question also. Can you tell us about, you know, you mentioned you did something last Saturday. Can you tell us about your latest investigation or your next investigation coming up? Because you did one on Saturday. What else do you guys have coming up?
Saturday was, like I said, it was the first episode of Series 2, Beach Caves in Stoke-on-Trent. Okay. Ralph dug this one up. Got a lot of history through witchcraft and demonic Satanism, things like that. And they used to hold illegal raves there in the 1980s.
Okay.
And there was many reported deaths of overdoses. And to this day, people can still hear people choking, gasping for air, and basically spirits overdosing in the caves themselves. Wow. So we had to go and check it out, of course.
So it's like it's residual, like it's playing over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, interesting.
How big are the caves?
The 2,400 square feet.
Wow.
So reasonably big,
Yeah.
They're bigger than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
You know, but like I say, they used to hold 3,000-4,000 people in these raves. So, yeah.
And all the music's going out towards the ocean instead of coming, you know, like if it's in the middle of like downtown Manchester. So
Yeah.
I don't think I ever went to a rave when I was a kid.
I did. I
I
went
think
to
back
one.
in those days they called them discos. No, I'm on the ball today. I'm on the ball today, guys.
Here we go now, man. Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm not too far off, actually. Really, I'm not too far. That's hilarious.
We're old.
So why don't we get since John, you answered that, why don't we get Ralph to answer this question?
Sure.
Ralph, when you go into an investigation, what is something that you like to use the most, and when it comes to paranormal equipment, other than your camera?
Oh, crikey! I think the EMF readers are a good thing. They're a real good indicator. We tend to rely on those quite a lot because, again, like on the last investigation, there's just no electrics in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So when they start spiking and you start seeing that, it just really makes you think. You know, you're like that. How can you question what's happening because of that? So I think all rounders that, and then close second. I like the EVPs as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
EVPs are awesome. You should ask the spirit box whisperer over here with Brian. Yeah, I know. With his EVPs.
You know what? I was actually going to me and John were talking about this. I believe it was your last episode when you did the house.
The Demon House.
Yeah.
Yes. During that whole video, and I didn't tell you this, David, but during that when you guys were, I think, did we determine you were upstairs?
Yes,
when
we did.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the corner, when you guys were up there the whole time, I saw what I saw and what I can see. I saw a black shadow standing in the corner the whole time. You guys were there. Now, I don't know if John told you this, Ralph, but when I watched the video, that time you guys were there, standing in the corner.
Yeah,
I'm sure I told you. I'm sure we had a conversation now.
What's that?
I'm sure I told Ralph, did I not?
No, I can't remember if you did then.
Yeah.
Surprise.
I've had an holiday, since then.
It's funny because I don't always see it when it comes to videos. It's very rare. But when it does happen, I know that it's something very strong.
Yeah.
For that to happen. Again, I don't see them very often in videos, but when I do, I know how strong it is. And it was literally, Ralph, when I was talking to John about that, it was literally watching John the whole time.
That's pretty creepy there, dude.
Well, the first time we went to that house, I got a foot scratch down my back, didn't I? And it does something that seems to be in the atmosphere, which I don't know whether it's intrigued by whatever I'm doing there or doesn't like my presence there or does. I don't know. I'm getting mixed signals every time I go. So,
and that makes me wonder, because I have thought about this about you, John, because after watching a lot of your videos and your season 1, I know you say you open yourself up, but I think there's more to it. I think you have abilities that you don't realize you have.
Well, it's funny you say that because on Saturday, and I've been noticing this about the last 4 or 5 investigations we've done, that I'm actually, the things what Vicky picks up on where she can feel certain things, Vicky's our spiritualist.
Yeah.
I've been starting to pick up on things like that. So I'm noticing male presences. I'm noticing where they are, what they're actually doing, whether they're negative, whether they're not negative. I'm starting to pick up on a lot of that. And I spoke to Vicky today and, explained what was going on. And she says, you need to go for some training because it sounds like, you've got something there and you need to be able to understand what's actually coming through. Yeah. So I'm going to go for some, we'll call them lessons with Vicky, if you like, and
Nice. Nice.
She's going to go through all that with me, because I've noticed the more and more we do this, I'm picking up a lot more on stuff, you know.
And that's why I was wondering, because you seem to get affected a lot more than anybody else in your group. And I don't know if it's because you say you're opening up, or it's because you have something going on that you don't realize what's going on, and they have a much bigger connection with you than anybody else in the room.
Yeah, that's quite possible, but obviously not knowing that, the only thing I could initially put it down to was the explanation was I opened myself up, not understanding that maybe there's something extra.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see that now. You know, it is starting to come through. And I find it interesting and a little bit scary at the same time.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
It's very overwhelming. And sometimes, like even with myself, when I go into a place and I see it right away, like Burwash Prison, I saw it right away when I walked into that one room. And then it said, then Michael asked the question, what do you do while you're here? And it said, sit alone, which was really, really creepy in itself. But as soon as I walked into the room, you even saw me say it on camera. I saw something over there.
Yeah.
And then we got hits on the SB7, which I thought validated me seeing what I saw in the room, and which was kind of sad at the same time, because he did say he sits alone. Which is kind of
could be trapped, could be in limbo, you know, could be
Yeah.
trapped in limbo or something like that. And with what you're experiencing, Brian, it could be a possibility to try to help that that energy or spirit, you know.
Yeah. For sure.
We do have one of our main camera technician, or our lead camera technician, is actually in the chat at the moment. Wedges, that you can see posting. He's one of our team. He's our lead camera tech.
Okay.
His name's Rob. He's the one that does most of the filming on all of Series 1 and Series 2 and beyond. So
he's the one. I forget what show it was. I can't remember the name, but he got sick. Is that the guy?
That's the one. That was the first episode where Ralph literally had to catch him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I do watch.
Listen.
Yeah.
I do watch. I say I watch. I do watch.
That's awesome. Let's bring Ralph in for this one, and John, you can also answer this one. Also, what with being in such a historic country and so many options to choose from, what has been your favorite place to investigate? I mean, and you've got so many places there. Ralph? What was your favorite one?
Oh, I think it's difficult. It's a difficult one to pick out, because it's sort of like they're all unique in their own aspects.
Yeah. Sure.
And I think
well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me kind of frame it a different way. Is there a place that you really like to go back to, like many times? Have you gone back to one place? You know, do you like one place better than the other? Like, I don't know, say like the Ram Inn. You're going there instead of like the Palace or something because you like the Ram and get more evidence there than the other. Do you like one more than the other?
I think if I had to narrow it down, and it's something we're looking at in the future, is I like Sherwood Forest.
Oh,
it is such a vast area of ancient woodland, and it's splintered off through the hundreds of years, so you get pockets as well of wood. And I just think it's beyond just the Robin Hood, you know. It's the Romans and the Saxons and everything else. The history is just absolutely off the charts. So just to go in there and get all of
that's awesome. That's awesome. John, what about you?
And not to plug anything, but once we finish filming season 2, we're doing a 6-part docu paranormal series located at Sherwood Forest in hunt of Robin Hood and the lost souls of Sherwood Forest.
That's awesome.
So that will be coming up later.
That's awesome.
Best place for me. Oh, crikey. Best place for me. It's like Ralph says, each one's unique in its own right, and I like different locations for different reasons. I've got a soft spot for Ivy House because as a paranormal investigator, no matter what sort of energy you pick up on, voices you hear back through your dictaphone, through your camera, unless something physical happens to you, there's always that 0.1% that says, what if? Is it? Can it be?
Yeah.
And then when that physicality happens to you, and there's no way you can discount it or anybody else can, then that's the euphoric moment for a paranormal investigator for me.
Yeah.
Because your mind is clear now. It's go for it.
Yeah, Forrest and I don't agree, and I know Brian and I will be working together pretty soon, and I'm going to take him into Forrest at a old Civil War battlefield of where I had an incredible personal experience, and I can't wait for him to be there.
Well,
I can't wait for you to be there, dude, because you're going to be like, oh no, and I'm going to run out just like I did before, running.
The funny thing is, like, me and David have known each other for a very long time. Well, not a long time, but we've known each other for at least a year.
Yeah.
And I've made a lot of sarcastic comments towards David, like a crap load of shit. Like I can fill a boat.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I'm figuring once I get there, I have to get over that hump first and then get into the investigations. No, but in all kidding aside, I'm really looking forward to those investigations and then traveling down to New York to hit a couple of spots in New York.
It's gonna be great. But
so Huntophobia will be traveling outside of Canada for possibly season 4 and season 5.
Nice.
So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I can get down there. You know, it's like it's
crazy.
So
crazy.
I know I just want to add on to the question that David asked you about your scariest place. What about your scariest moments? Like something that really scared the shit out of you that you wanted to leave and you go, you know what, Ralph? I'm not ever going back to that fucking place. Excuse my language, but you know what I'm talking about. In the book. I'm interested to know that.
Well, there's no place that I'd never go back, regardless. The scariest thing was when I did Codner Castle on my own. Did a solo myself. We got to 500 subscribers on YouTube, so myself and Ralph said, wouldn't it be nice to reward them? I'll do a solo somewhere where they can choose. You do the same. So I got chose Codner Castle, and there was reports from I'm not sure if it was 1800s, where a teenage girl was murdered by her stepdad. He basically forced a hose down her throat and drowned her. It was horrible. But then as it moves on, there's again demonic stuff, Satanism and things like that. So I'm picking up on all sorts of weird stuff. I'm not sure if all of it was paranormal because I'm on my own, so my senses are heightened anyway.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
And there's a circular room, what we think used to be where they sold the cattle, because it turned into a farm, and it's a metal. It looks basically like the inside of a milk churn. There's one way in and one way out. And I'm basically in there on my own, filming away. And Rob, our cameraman who was watching live on Instagram, said, turn the lights out. So I went completely pitch black.
Yeah.
Then when I did it, from 2 feet in front of me, I've got this awful guttural growl straight in my face. And I just sort of like, shit. You know,
here we go.
I'm gonna go. And what video is that called? I'm gonna watch that video after the show.
We didn't tape it. We didn't tape it. We did it for Instagram Live. We just did it for Instagram Live. But then the messages were coming thick and fast on Instagram.
Sure.
Jesus, did you hear that growl? God, we heard the growl. And then that made it more real for me.
Yeah.
And I carried on for about another half an hour, 45 minutes. But in the end, I had to go in the end. But we've been back since.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ralph?
Well, I've got to say, I mean, unfortunately, the solo I did at this Witch's Wood was nowhere near as intense as John had on that night. You know, it was like the place we go, Witch's Wood. I mean, basically, it's a place where anyone that goes there tends to have a massive like increase of activity. And I must have gone there on the only night that was flat as anything. And the only thing I found scary is I couldn't see where I was walking, and it was like a trip hazard every like 2 or 3 foot that you moved, you know. So it was far from paranormal, more than survival skills. I think I needed Bear Grylls, really. But anyway, I think for me, it's locations where we go there, and it's like we go there and sort of like saying we want to do the Ouija board, but I have to make sure that it can be controlled, that the environment's safe enough to do it, and that I can control it if I need an escape route out quick.
Sure.
That's the point where I'm like questioning myself, is it right? And I've almost have a checklist go through my head, turn around and go, right, can it is X, Y, and Z, like we said the last one we did at Beach Caves, we didn't do it because there was too many question marks.
Sure.
So for that, as a location, again, like John said, we've not actually been to one and gone, we're never going back there again because it's just too scary.
Yeah.
We're just like, the scarier it is, let us know, bring it on, we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll do it, and that's what we're about. Like we say, fear is not an option, but at the same time, in a very tiny print, we put neither stupidity.
Yeah.
So it is that fine line of doing that. So
yeah, you don't want to put yourself in danger. And
100%.
John, I've had experience with a growl also at St. Albans Sanatorium. So I was.
It's not pleasant, is it?
I ran out. I ran down the steps and ran outside because it's so real when it happens. And you're like, okay, I just heard this. How am I going to deal with this? And you're trying to think of it like in a rational way, and you're like, I don't know what just growled at me. I have no idea. So how can I be rational about this? So just go outside, regroup, and go back inside and finish your job. But that's pretty.
I don't think you're seeing the full picture here. I don't think you guys are seeing the full picture here.
Oh.
This man is 6'7", and he's running out of the
6'7", like 275 pounds. So I'm just running down the steps. So anybody who's in my way is getting knocked over, and I'll say sorry afterwards. So I guess
left out the funny part. You left out the funny part of that.
With Christy afterwards.
No, not even that. David is from getting to know David over this last year. He obviously has a lot of funny moments on his investigations. I know that he's ran out of a forest, and I know that he's actually fallen into a puddle.
But before an investigation, and said, "Fuck, screw this, I'm done." Drove off.
Christy is co-host on Our Haunted Lives. Got him really good.
Thanks, Christy. I love
in
you.
The house. And but it seems like David has a lot of funny moments in his investigations.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, David. What did you want to say?
So I wanted to ask him a real quick question, and this goes out to both Ralph and John. So if we gave you a bag full of money, where's the one place you guys would go to investigate?
Japanese suicide forest.
Wow. Okay. Ralph?
For me, it has got to be over Transylvania. There's something about that place and that area.
Well, there is an event coming up with Father Sebastian and Patty Negri there.
Yeah, well, like you say, it's that magic pot of money.
Touche. You were correct. So, yeah.
That's hilarious. But you know what, guys? I hope people watch the replays and go over and sign up to Paraflixx.
Yeah.
Check out your stuff because it is really good. And your team is really good. And I said this before the show that before you guys came on, saying that you have a fairly decent sized group, but you guys all work together really, really well. And I love watching your investigations. I would be now, before I let you go, I know that I know somebody that's coming on one of your investigations. Can you share who that person is and where you're going?
We're not sure where we're taking him yet, but Lex from Through the Lens with Yourself will be coming out with us.
The Lex Express.
Where we're going to take him, where we're going to take him, we're not quite sure yet. We want to pick him a good one.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what that investigation is going to be like with Lex, because
that's awesome.
I know Lex is a lot like John. And maybe somewhat in Ralph's too, that he likes to take chances, but will also hold back if it's unsafe. So he's kind of a mixture of the both of you.
Yeah.
He will take the risk, but he knows when to step back. Not saying that you don't know when to step back, John. It's just I see Ralph and John, Lex in one. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Lex is like you two put together.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think
that's it.
what-
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I mean, we complement each other because,
Yeah.
you know, I try and go past the line. Ralph won't go near the line.
Yeah.
So between the both of us, we get relatively close.
Yeah.
You know, it's really great too of when you know, when you find that person that you investigate with and your partner, and it's the same thing like with Christy and I. Christy will ask me to tie her up, blindfold her, and put her in a room where, you know, somebody has committed suicide, and leave her there for 45 minutes. And I absolutely will not do that whatsoever. I'm not doing that. It just sounds insane. And it's just one of those things. So you guys, my point is, you guys just complement each other really well. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the second season.
Yeah.
I also want to say thank you for being on Parapost. I hope you guys are enjoying Parapost and continue seeing you up there. When do you think your second season will be out?
We're thinking it's probably going to start airing towards the end of September, early October.
Okay.
Awesome.
So if you guys are subscribers, get ready.
Yeah.
Season 2 is going to be coming out soon, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing like season 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you have not subscribed to Paraflixx, what
Please
the
do.
hell are you waiting
Please
for?
do.
Like seriously. Like how can you beat $3.99 and $29 for the year? Like it's just
Exactly.
and you're going to get all the paranormal
Yeah.
that you want. And you get to see these guys, you get to see David, you get to see, you know,
Christy,
other people
you.
and Hautophobia and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for being on today's show.
Pleasure.
I love you guys
Always a
dearly.
pleasure.
I always have fun when you guys are on the show, especially when you guys were on Through the Lens. It was such a blast.
Yeah.
And even today was such a blast.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like, you know, an hour's gone by.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
For
just
sure.
amazing. But I look forward to the second season. You know, I'm going to be pushing it out when you guys start.
Yeah, for sure.
When you guys start tweeting it or
Yeah,
Instagramming
appreciate
it
it.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Cheers.
So again, guys who are watching and are going to be watching the replays, their links are in the description below.
Nice.
And also
Thank you.
Parapost, the Parapost descriptions down below too. So
Absolutely. Get on there too.
So thank you again, guys, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Thanks, John.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Ralph.
Yes, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Take it easy. See you.
Take care,
Yeah.
guys.
All right.
Great guys. Great
Great
guys.
guys. And I love them dearly, and I consider them good friends, and also obviously colleagues in the paranormal world.
Sure.
And they're also on Parapost, and they signed up pretty quickly when they found out about Parapost. And
Everybody needs to sign up to Parapost.
yeah, what the hell?
What are you waiting for? You're in every other mode of social media, and you're an investigator, but you're not on Parapost. What's going on? I mean,
Yeah.
give me a call. We can talk about it, you know, and we can discuss why you're not on there, you know, and I'll make fun of you. But
Yeah.
so sorry.
But you know what, David? This was
Yes.
this was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
I always
no.
have a lot of fun when you come on. I know
I
I joke around about you and stuff like
That's
that, but
okay.
you know I love you.
It's all good. It's all
And,
good, man.
I always have fun with you.
It's all good. It's like I said, I can't wait to leave you in that forest alone. So
nice. And doing the
we
Estes
are all
method
going to
or what?
scatter. We're all going to scatter. Brian's going to be like, "Where am I?" You're in the middle of Bentonville. Find a way home.
Wow. So might as well, if you're gonna leave there or leave me alone in there, you might as well do the Estes method.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out, dude. You know, it's just when we get there, we'll feel how it is. But yeah, that walking that path back into that forest, like I said, with that experience that I had, you know, I'm not going to go into detail, but you know the story. A lot of people know the story if they've been watching. So I can't wait to have Christy there. I can't wait to have Mike there. I can't wait to have you there, because I think this is, you know, it's kind of like a really good super group of investigators that are going to be there and to find stuff out. And, you know, and I can't wait to show you the raw footage of the cannon fire that, you know, we captured there and things like that. It's, you know, you never think it's going to happen. And you're like, what is going on? and it's, you know, it's 12:30 at night and you hear boom,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
you're like, all right, I gotta go. It's getting way too crazy. So yeah.
Well, I will let you know that Mike will not be here next week.
Okay.
So I'm hoping maybe David will come back. Obviously, we'll see. You know, he's always welcome. He's always
Next
welcome.
Tuesday, let me check my calendar. I don't know if the
Yeah.
in-laws are in or not. So
And that's fine. And
Yeah.
if not, I could find somebody else. But if
Yeah.
you're available, great.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely see you guys next week. Again,
Yeah.
go over
Thanks
to
for showing
Parapost
up.
Network. You can download it through iOS or Google Play Store.
Mhm.
And David's got his new video coming out tomorrow on
Yes.
Our Haunted Lives.
It's
And the
our
guest is
it's PD Region Paranormal. It is our first long form show. So settle in. Make sure to wear your headphones or turn everything up really loud because there's video. We talk with you know, Jeff and Rich and Brian and Pops and Andrew, and you know, just our experiences of the investigation we did at St. Albans sanitarium. Sorry. So it's about a 2-hour show, but we go over a lot of things and just have a lot of video to show people. So the best experience is to wear some, you know, ear pods or headphones to listen. And just like we were talking about earlier with that growl is captured on camera. Unfortunately, the camera is shooting towards another way, but you can hear me going up the stairs telling one person to stay. You can hear the growl, and then you can hear me running down the stairs. So
yeah.
it's going to be good. So thank you for that. Yeah, tomorrow 8:00 Eastern is when the show drops. Yeah, so the guys from PD Region Paranormal, they're great, and they were so nice to invite OHL to investigate with them.
Yeah, and that's great. Definitely looking forward to that one. I enjoyed the last one last week. If you guys missed it last week, Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl Marston. Yep.
Thank you. I was about to say that.
Yeah.
He was on last week's show. If you missed Sunday's show, it's part 2 of Burwash Prison. And I wanted to ask you, oh, you know what? I'll ask you after the show.
Okay.
Because you mentioned a couple of weeks ago about Greenbelt Drive. Something happened in there that you thought was creepy, and you never ever did tell me what it was.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll talk after the show about that.
Yeah.
So other than that, if you missed it, Sunday, this past Sunday, Burwash Prison Part 2, Part 3 is coming out this week.
Nice.
This Sunday, and then that will be the season. And we are now starting to film the 3rd season. So hopefully that will be out sometime in the middle of September. Or not September, October.
Yeah,
So,
we're starting to film our season 4 tonight. So
cool.
I know.
So
crazy.
again, thank you for everybody that came in the room today, and thank you again, David. We will definitely talk soon, and we will see you next week, guys.
See you down the road.